course, man. The woods.
Yo.
Back again. Season 2, man.
Sir, episode 1, running it back. CBD.
Yes, improved here. Much improved.
Yes, sir.
This time around, we ready.
Yeah.
Jump back in some football and basketball today. If you got time, sprinkling a little World Cup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll talk about what's been going on, but yeah, I mean, we got a pretty full slate. What's been going on?
A lot has happened.
Yeah,
ever since Super Bowl.
Ever since NFL's been done, they've been getting a lot of trades done this offseason. Been a lot of big names moved around, big and small. Coaches moved around. Debatably best coach in the league went to the Giants. Or Harbaugh. I mean, just saying, like, last few. I mean, I guess not saying. Okay, bro. I'm just saying one of the best coaches.
There you go. There you go.
Is that not what I said?
We said arguably the best. Okay. I guess it's the same. You know, I guess. You think he's got one Super Bowl.
Yeah, he hasn't.
But he's got one back in 2012. But Ravens ain't really did shit in the last fucking, we'll say, 10 years. They even made it to an AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Or sorry, they did. They made it to one, and they lost to Mahomes. That was the year, I think. The year they beat San Francisco the second time in 2022. Ashtray, I'm not sure. They beat Ashtray.
He's got it. Oh yeah, sit over there.
But I mean, they've been relevant. Good success, but
I mean, just regardless, I mean,
he is one of the best coaches.
I mean, him being in Baltimore, he was in Baltimore for his whole career, though. So him just kind of getting a fresh start. We'll see what that can do over there in New York. But I mean, yeah, just a lot of big trades happened in the NFL. But more recently, the Knicks closing out the Spurs a little bit earlier than I think everybody would have thought.
Not me.
Not Dom.
I told him what was going to happen. I told y'all.
You said it was going to be a sweep.
Close enough. That's a gentleman's sweep. That's what they call a gentleman's sweep, bruh. 4-1, you didn't have a chance. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's 4-1, bro. Let's stop it. Like, New York could have won that they could have won the game they lost, as well as San Antonio could have won too, but they didn't.
Yeah, the game 5 was
just a little bit of the same.
Yeah,
of the whole series. They jumped up to another lead. It was 14-15 to fucking 27 at the end of the first quarter.
I thought the Knicks kind of jumped out to a little bit of lead in the first half.
San Antonio first quarter was San Antonio. I don't remember at halftime. The Knicks were cutting it. Or actually, I think the Knicks were up at halftime. Or I don't know. Knicks had to come. No, they had to come back in the fourth quarter. San Antonio was up like 8-10 at the start of the fourth quarter. I want to say New York was literally the same as it's been all fucking series. San Antonio did the same thing they did.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Knicks only put up 13. It was 23-13 in the first quarter. Then they outscored them by 5 in the second. So they were still down a little bit at halftime. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
down by 5.
Yeah, the main thing.
How much were they down by in the start of the fourth?
The Spurs outscored them again in the third by 2. So they outscored them by 11 and then by 4.
So New York was down by 11 going into the fourth quarter?
No, I think they was down 7.
Okay.
But,
so, I mean, a little bit of what has kind of happened really all series.
But I mean, yeah, the fact that Brunson put up 45 on 14 for 27, 4 for 7 from 3. Yeah, he had a great.
He did what I expected him to do.
He had a great game. Yeah.
And like I said, he struggled. The first 3 games of that series, right? But the only thing that people are going to remember is him dropping 40 whatever in game 5, and then game 4 dropping a high 30. Him and Anunoby both had 30 plus. Yeah. So that's what people are going to remember. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was saying kind of early in the series. I'm like, regardless, he's going to average about 30 in the series. It's Brunson. He's one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? He's proven that. I think he's the greatest Knick of all time, in my opinion. Sorry if anybody disagrees. But, he stopped a 53-year streak. Not him individually, but he had a good part of...
He was the MVP of the team.
I
don't think they
he's
win that.
Second in New York points already in the playoffs. He's second, or not in points, but more, or 25-point games. Second already. And he's only had 3 playoff stints in New York. Only other Patrick Ewing's the only other one. I think he has 6. No, actually, no. I think he's only like 2 or 3 more. He only has 2 or 3 more 25-plus point games than Brunson. Because remember, I ran you that stat, and I said that Brunson was second in 25-plus point. I don't know if you remember, but I said something to you about it, and I believe this is before the finals. And he had, 2 or 3 games with 25-plus. So, I mean, if my math is right, if I'm remembering right.
He had 2 or 3 25 in the finals already before.
After the finals. So during the finals, I think he had 2 or 3 25-plus point games. And I know the last 2, obviously for sure, he had more than 25. I don't remember the first 3 before that. I know the first game he had like 21 and then 20. I don't know. But anyways, he's within 4 to 6 games of breaking that record, which he's going to break that record next year because, let's knock on some wood. I don't wish injury on anybody, but, that's the only way that New York wouldn't make the playoffs next year is if he got hurt. If he's playing, if he's there, it doesn't matter, and he's going to drop 25 plus because we know they're not going to lose in the first round, right? Even with all the trades and all that shit, they're not going to lose in the first round next year. He's too good. The team is too good. They're bringing back everybody that they fucking had.
They just won the finals.
Yeah, they bringing back everybody that they just fucking had on the roster. You know what I'm saying? They're not losing one player out, except for Mitchell Robinson, which is a big loss.
The trades that we're gonna talk about in a little bit are kind of, gonna fall back into that a little bit. Of a few teams in the East are trying to make big moves to try and put themselves on the map a little bit. Because I was watching talk shows this morning, just kind of listening to them recap all the trades and everything. They were saying that the Raptors trying to trade for Kawhi is kind of like they think that this is. Like
they already did trade for him.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, so they're saying like the East is not even wide open right now, but nobody's really got Brunson, but the Celtics are kind of still working their way back up.
You might as well just fucking dive right into basketball first.
You just trying to do basketball?
We already talked, and then do football afterwards because
I guess the Heat getting Giannis, that's another big star, but in the East, there's really honestly, I feel like anybody Donovan, I guess at the cat, but there's really not anybody a solidified team that should get out of the East next year. I feel like so.
New York.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be everybody's favorite to probably get out of the East again next year.
But the only issue with that is another year of age for them, which would be the only thing that I would say that is not on their side because they are not a relatively young team per se. Right? If you look, Jalen Brunson is 27, 28.
Pushing 30.
Miles Bridges, same thing. They came in the same time. OG, same thing with Anunoby. Cat, same thing.
It's the same thing with Hart.
So I mean that's the only thing.
Hard all came at the same time. Yeah,
Alvarado, fucking, and that's the thing they will have to address. Is that bitch? Losing Mitchell Robinson is losing. That's losing.
No, where did he go?
Well, he hasn't gone in, but they're not re-signing him. Okay. I read something that said that he's like the money that he's. Oh yeah, sorry. The money that he's, fucking, that he thinks he's gonna get in free agency, New York is not gonna be able to fucking.
Yeah, that's tough, dude.
So that's a big loss. But if they can get another body for a cheaper price,
it's not gonna be the same as Mitch, bro.
No, but it could be an upside. I mean, because it could be a player that's a little bit healthier. Because if there is one thing other than offense that you would say on his downside is the health.
Yeah. But
honestly, I don't know. I think
maybe you can get somebody who makes his free throws.
Yeah, because he is a fucking terrible free throw shooter.
Yeah.
And I think, we'll say
when you win the finals,
nobody really on the East. Except for we looking through this, so we just Greek to Miami. I think that's a good trade, but I don't think that puts Miami.
I don't think so either.
Than New York.
No,
we'll see what happens with Jaylen Brown with Boston because I don't like we were talking before post or pre podcast. I don't think that relationship is going to be fixed. I don't think. And he's been pretty outspoken this whole summer. Since he's been saying wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you've been following the shit with Jalen. Bro. So he's
been listening to what he's been saying.
He keeps saying shit like this. He's gonna go on that lines of like Jalen or Antonio Brown.
Well, because I know he has the podcast. I know he has his own podcast.
Yeah, and he be saying wild shit. And he into it right now with fucking Stephen A.
I'm gonna have to fucking.
Which ain't really big news.
I'm gonna have to listen to some of his podcasts. Yeah, bro. See what he's been saying about the whole situation over the last 2 weeks.
But not even just about him. He's been talking about the whole NBA. Like, he seems like one of those players or guys that's gonna fucking leak out shit or tell you shit about the NBA that people don't know.
That they don't want.
Right. I can see him doing that. He's a very intelligent man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, very smart, very intelligent. You know what I'm saying? And though people like that are dangerous sometimes. But, to keep it basketball, I just don't see that relationship being mended. I don't think, that's for anybody, bro. If a team is willing to offer you in a trade deal, that means they don't believe in you. They don't, either that or it's age. It's not age.
I feel like it's
we know it's not age.
I don't think it's...
So what? Why else would they...
I don't think it's that they don't believe in you. I think it's that they just... Well, I think it's...
What, they think they get a better player than him? Because they can't.
I think with the Giannis thing, I think that was just somebody... who's kind of a different caliber player who can offer them something.
I'm not
who can put them over the edge in a different way.
But my thing is they would have to change their whole style of play. If they get a player like Giannis, what is Boston known for now? Boston is known for chucking up threes.
Known for 3-point shooting.
That's it. Like, they will go inside. Sometimes it's like a fucking, steal on the other end. And it's right by the lane. Yeah, hell, somebody like Tatum might still pull up for a three, but most times they going in for a dunk, right? So they are a high volume 3-point fucking shooting team, bro.
Yeah.
When you get a player like Giannis, you get a player like fucking Giannis. Giannis needs a ball. He's not an off ball type of player, right? He's not. He's ball dominant. He does pass the ball, but he's still ball dominant. He needs the ball in his hands. So a player like Giannis, you got to change your whole forte. Tatum, that's a whole nother adjustment. That's that chemistry that you break in between two players that damn near got drafted. You know what I'm saying?
Around the same time.
Exactly, and we're both. No one knew. We knew about Tatum, right? We knew what he could be, but no one knew Jaylen Brown was going to be the player. We didn't expect them to be together this long.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially you go fucking sign him 2 years ago or a year ago for this big-ass extension or this big-ass contract in the next year after having the best season of your fucking career. I did what you needed me to do. the best player on the team, quote unquote.
Trying to trade me for Giannis?
No, well, yeah, exactly. Quote unquote, the best player on the team. He was out for pretty much the whole damn season. I kept us within second and third place of the East the whole goddamn season. And I was an MVP, top 5, top 10, whatever. I played as good as, you know what I'm saying? He played great. He showed he's a number one player. He showed that. And then you turn around after that and fucking trade. You try to trade me?
MVP season.
Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? My opinion, fuck you, bro. That's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just thinking about it. I think about it as you. You go out and bust your ass. At work, you go ask for a fucking raise. And they're like, I don't actually, you know, we just don't think that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean? I don't know. For me, that was kind of crazy that they involved him. And then I just think that at a stage in his career, like I was saying to you, I don't think Giannis is going to fucking get healthy. He's not going to get healthier. We know that. Jaylen Brown will never get hurt. Jaylen Brown has always been healthy.
Yeah, he has been.
Giannis, you can't say the same. Yeah. Although I will say, bro, a lot of it, or some of it has to do with him not wanting to be in Milwaukee. I get that. But that is no excuse for 2 years ago.
He won his championship there.
Yeah, but 2 years ago, we weren't hearing. He was saying that he wanted to stay in Milwaukee 2 years ago.
He did.
And he didn't play in the playoffs. And then he missed some games the next year and didn't play in the playoffs again, and Lillard got hurt. Played a couple games in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, he played, and he got hurt against Miami, and Jimmy Butler and then beat him. And then the next year, he lost to the Pacers in the first fucking round. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and he played a couple games in that series. Jaylen Brown might have won that. He can't shoot. Eventually, and you see, and this one thing that this goes back to me. I don't even
know if you could say it, like, bro, he was still playing pretty good in those Pacers games.
He was okay. He was playing all right. He wasn't dominating like he wasn't the old Giannis. But I'm going to tell you this, bro. Toronto, way back when, he had, what helped him in that championship was having Drew Holiday and having Chris Middleton play the way that they did. Because they didn't play that. He didn't have Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton didn't play like that when they faced Toronto the year that Kawhi won a championship. And I've never seen a team play that style of defense on Giannis, and they didn't shut him down, but they made it because they just packed the lanes. They put hands up, and they packed the lanes. They dared everybody else on that team to shoot.
Yeah.
And they had Chris Middleton still, but he wasn't the same. This is, 2 years prior, before a lot can happen in 2 years. He wasn't the player he was. They didn't have Drew Holiday. But Giannis, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he can't shoot, eventually you're going to find a way to stop it. He can't dunk on everybody. You ain't going to be able to come down the lane every time and dunk that bitch.
He was still averaging 33 against the Pacers, bro. So.
And they lost.
And 15 boards.
He lost.
And 6.6 assists. So like, he was still doing his thing.
How many games he played?
All 5.
Oh, okay, and he lost. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that Pacers team is on. Yeah, I mean, Pacers team is on a run.
We'll see.
And dude, he's shooting 60. He shot 60%.
Not true, but
I mean, I know, like, cause I remember press conferences after they went out that, or because who was the year they went out? Who did they go out to the year before that? Did he not even? He didn't play the playoffs, but he was hurt the year before that. In 2023-24. But yeah, and then they lost to Miami. Yeah, he only played game 1, game 4, game 5. Because he got hurt in game 1. But
then missed game 2.
And that
missed one game and lost.
In that game 5,
what he averaged against Miami?
They were both pretty close, bro. The last 2 games that he played, he dropped 26 and then 38 the game 38 and 20 the game they lost, bro. They lost an OT. He only played 11 minutes and he got hurt. So I don't know, dude. I feel like, bro, he's always somebody who's come in and fucking done, like, he's always done his thing, man.
That is like, 3, almost going on 4 years ago.
The Pacers one was 2.
Yeah.
And
the Miami was 3 years ago. That was going on 4.
That was when Dame was still on the team against Indiana, but I don't think he wasn't healthy. So it's like they like that like I feel bad for the Bucks that they fucking put their trust in Dame, because I feel like, I mean, he's not.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I feel like at that point in his career, he just wasn't gonna be just a number two, just in the way that they need him to be for Giannis. Because I'm not. Just being a like.
They didn't get a chance to play that many games together.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
I'm going to say they were
the fact that he wasn't available. Yeah,
both of them. Both of them weren't available at certain points in the season.
Yeah, I guess
they didn't get a chance to build that chemistry. To be honest with you, and they got together a little late in their careers. If this would have been 2-3 years ago, that'd have been nasty work out there. It'd have been tough. If this is like 2019, COVID, that's nasty. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, them niggas, you got a nigga. It's going to be tough to beat them boys. You got a motherfucker shooting from 35 feet and a motherfucker who's coming in and can dunk on anybody. So if they pack that lane, just kick it out to Dame. And he going to do it. I mean, that'd have been, they just got together too late in their careers. Not going to lie to you.
It was tough. It was. I feel like it was even more tough to see the way that it fell out. Just seeing Dame going back to Portland and in Milwaukee having to hold that contract. And then seeing them trade Giannis 2 years later. So tough to see it went out the way it did. But I mean, who did they get back in? They got Tyler Hero back in that hall, coming back to play in his home state. I think that could potentially be pretty good for him. I think
Milwaukee's gonna be terrible next year.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, they probably will make the playoffs, but I wouldn't even say. I wouldn't even. No, they won't. They
said probably won't.
I mean, they might make the play in, bro. There's always that chance.
No.
There's always a chance you could get
who? Who? Bro. Let's look at the teams that made the playoffs this year. Let's look. Out of all those teams, who's gonna miss the playoffs next year? And then factor in the fact that
Charlotte could.
They might or might not. They still got Canup on Brandon Miller. They just traded
away their two, like...
And back player. And Melo was healthy.
And Miles Bridges.
Canup was a problem. He's going to be a dog. And so is Brandon Miller. They got... And Kobe Whitestop, he played good for them last year. When he got to Charlotte, he was getting off. That's them. Atlanta's going to be back. They're going to be good. Detroit's going to be back. Yeah. Boston's going to be back. New York's going to be back. Cleveland's going to be back. Orlando's going to be back. Indiana's going to be in the mix. Yeah. Miami is going to be better.
Yeah. I mean it's going to be a...
Who else are we mixing?
It's going to be...
we missing here?
Toronto. They just got Kawhi. Yeah. So
we'll see about that. We'll see, because if he get hurt, they're done. If he fuck around and blow one of them knees out, they're done.
Yeah, I guess.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. They just gutted out their roster.
They still got... No, they didn't gut it out.
They gutted out. They got RJ Barrett and then...
No, still Scotty Barnes. They only traded away Brandon Ingram and Grady Dick, who was just coming off the bench for him. He wasn't even really playing that much in the playoffs, but so I mean, yeah, trading away Brandon Ingram
had a good year for them, and he stayed healthy for the most part.
He did.
That's what helped him get to the playoffs. We see him not play good in the playoffs, and they lost in the first round. So what I'm saying is, if Kawhi gets hurt, or if he has one of them years where he's not playing, like I mean, he played. Last year was one of the most games he played in a while. In a long time. I don't know if he can do it again at the age of 35. So if he can't, right, because we know his history, Toronto's going to be in trouble. Because they put a lot of, they gave, Grady Dick was a big piece coming off the bench for them. So then you just got Scotty Barnes and essentially RJ Barrett. You got other pieces around. You still got fucking, the dude they got from New York.
Quickly.
Yeah, Manuel Quickly, yep. And then you got Jacob Poeltl. But, you know what I'm saying, the investment that you put in for Brandon Ingram and Grady Dick to get Kawhi, you're banking on him to be healthy. If he is healthy,
and also
that'll be a good team to watch.
And also all those picks as well. Like, I feel like Toronto's definitely banking on Kawhi being, just the fact that, just what you said, the last year was his most healthy year that he's had. So Toronto's kind of banking that he's got like 2-3 more 2-3 years left in him, and he can stay. He can
37,
possibly,
38. I can't imagine that. I mean, he's 35.
Just even one, bro. Just give me one good season. This is where you won the
But
championship.
it's enough to win a championship. I don't think it is.
I mean, he's got some good people. Like, not, I don't think it's championship worthy. I don't think that they'll even get out of the East, or I don't even think they'll.
I don't know if they can beat New York.
Yeah, I want to say the Pistons have a fucking chance to get in there, but
It depends on what happens with your boy.
Yeah,
On what y'all did back.
I don't.
Yeah. He's a restricted free agent, and if he's looking, exploring, he don't want to be in Detroit. Ooh. So, Jalen Durant.
Oh yeah, Durant.
He's meeting with the Lakers. And
also, one other meeting with the Kings too.
Yeah, Kings and the Lakers are the two teams he's meeting with.
Yeah,
so that just tells you right there. If he was sold, if Detroit, if both parties were sold on each other, he wouldn't be meeting with anybody. It'd be a damn deal, right? Yeah. I'm just saying, what am I got to meet with anybody if I want to be here and you want me here? So there's a disconnection between some side. Either Detroit wants him and he don't want to be there, or vice versa. So depending on what happens with that, you know what I'm saying, I really can't speak on Detroit because a lot can change. A week from now, he can go somewhere. Y'all make a sign and trade. Detroit says right now they don't have intentions to sign and trade him, and they want him back. But as if he want, if you want out, you want out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like you're gonna put in maximum effort if that's not the place you want to be at.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And that's what I feel about Jaylen Brown. But moving forward,
another few big ones also in
LaMelo to the Wolves.
Yeah, kind of Charlotte.
Randall to the Nets. I think that's a wash or whatever.
Yeah, just
him and Cam Johnson will be fun. They'll score a lot of points. Not Cam Johnson. Sorry, sorry. He don't even play for no more. Michael Porter Jr.
Oh,
between them two, it'll be a lot of scoring.
Yeah, that's fair. But I'm not even considering the Nets for real. But just the fact that
the Wolves
the fact that the Hornets kind of broke up their two biggest players that they had for last few years. But the fact Melo wasn't definitely injury prone. They didn't know what they were getting out of him all the time. So trading him to the Wolves, trading Bridges to
it was smart.
And honestly, bro, I'm
not gonna lie to you, bro. Because he played at one of the healthiest years he had, kind of like Kawhi last year, and this is the best stock you're gonna get for him because you can't count on him duplicating that again. And say he gets hurt and he's still in Charlotte next year at this point, at the age of 28, 29, you're not gonna have too many suitors for him to be able to get that draft compensation that they did this year. Yeah. So that's why I thought that was sharp. It's a little surprised. Because I thought it'd been fun to see, him, Brandon Miller, and Canuck. I kind of thought Miles Bridges was going to be on his way out. They've been kind of looking for trade suitors for him, rumors for the last couple of years, but I don't think they found the best deal for them this year.
Bro, when I saw the trade package that the Hornets got for the Hornets got from the Suns, I thought the Suns I thought the Hornets got a little bit fleeced. I'm not gonna lie.
Why you say that?
Because I think it was Royce O'Neal and
defense. They need defense.
Yeah, I guess so. But
he's a defender. He's a 3-and-D guy.
He's coming off the bench. Yeah,
3-and-D.
I can't remember the other player they got in that trade. They might have. Yeah, I guess they might have got a pick or two. Let me look it up. But no, I was just definitely a little bit surprised that just after the Hornets getting into the board, no, they weren't in the playoffs. They got knocked out in the play-in, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but just kind of stepping over that hump a little bit, after the All-Star break, having a really good run. Just playing fun basketball, fun to watch.
They're scoring a lot of points.
Yeah, and then just trading away two of their biggest players, so it could be different for them next year. We'll see, but they still have their two core young players in Brandon Miller and Con Knuppel, and it was their first year with Kobe White, and they liked what they saw, obviously, signing for 3 years, so they kind of got those three as a lock right there, which isn't bad. And then I think they're big. I think who's it? Musa Diabate, still from Michigan. So they still got a young team.
No,
still got a young team. Really, relatively deep bench. I feel like. Nas Reed is still. He's like late 20s. Yeah, no, he's only 26. I didn't realize he was. No, so he's only been in the league for a few years, but no. So
he's a bona fide scorer.
Yeah. Huh? So what?
Is that a bona fide scorer?
Yeah, for sure.
That's one thing you're gonna do. You're gonna do off the bench.
I mean, that's kind of. I mean, he might end up starting. He might end up getting that starting role for the first time.
He might.
Because, I mean, just looking at their depth chart right here. I mean, him and like Royce O'Neal might get it. Might get it some games, just depending on matchups or just who's playing better, who's hurt, who's what. But yeah, I mean, I think the
Hornets gonna have him come off the bench.
Maybe, yeah. We'll see. But I mean, I
keep that spark.
I think they could be. I think they could be another fun team to watch next year, though. I mean, seeing the East making all these moves, trying to compete. I mean, not even compete with the West, but I feel like the West for the last few years has just kind of had, not even dominance, because like the East has had some finals. East has had some champions over the last few years for sure. But just having Golden State being as good as they were for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lakers weren't even super good for a while, but like we know how good OKC is gonna be for a while. Maybe not So I mean, same thing with San Antonio, and being over.
I don't know.
So like
Denver's gonna be good for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the same thing. They really did nothing since they won a championship.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Denver is they when they fired Jamal or not Jamal or Jeff Malone. I was gonna say Jamal. Mike Malone. I was gonna say Jamal Mosley. That was the coach of the Magic, right? Yeah, the Pelicans just hired, but no, Jeff Malone. I thought when they fired him, that was kind of the first thing they did wrong. Kind of breaking that up. I feel like their whole team had a lot of trust in him. I feel like they won that championship together. I feel like they were all playing hard for him.
That was tough. That was crazy.
But I mean, and then the fact that they really have only traded away Michael Porter Jr. And brought in Cam Johnson. That was the trade they made with the Nets, and it just didn't really work out. And Porter Jr. was big in the playoff run, especially that they had when they won the finals. I know he was. Yeah,
he playing like garbage last year. He didn't play good for
Brooklyn. Oh, Denver. Yeah, his last year before they traded him. Yeah, but still.
He had an injury, but he's always injured. So.
But I mean it's tough, but I mean I think I mean honestly I don't mind seeing some teams falling off in the West a little bit though. But talk about another team in the West that's kind of on the come up a little bit. It's probably gonna potentially could maybe find themselves in a playoff spot in this upcoming year. Portland.
Yeah, probably will.
Getting Ja, maybe have supposedly have Dame back for a full year. He's gonna be healthy at the start of the year.
We'll see how they do that lineup.
Yeah, I mean, and we also still supposedly have some trades that could still happen as well, because they have a lot of. I mean, they have Ja Morant. Dame was who their projected 1 and 2s were that I saw, and then they still have Drew Holiday and Scoot Henderson.
Yeah, and then my thing is who's that backcourt
No, yeah, that backcourt doesn't have any defense.
Yeah, Morant or Lillard, especially coming off of Achilles, like, you know.
I mean, Ja's not a bad defender. He's not awful, but he's small. He's small though.
And he'll attack Dame.
Bro.
They're gonna test. You know what I mean, they're gonna test that Achilles out, and being, the age he is, we're gonna see. But I think they will make the playoffs. I think Portland, as long as Ja can stay healthy, and they can, not do any, off the court antics or anything like that. As long as it's strictly basketball and plays. In between, we'll say 55 to 65 games next year. Right? To me, that's doable, and that's wouldn't be bad. If you played 58 or 60 out of 82 games, and then played in the playoffs, whatever. But we know what a healthy Ja is. It's kind of hard to judge him.
I mean,
in
honestly,
Memphis,
haven't really
broken.
You haven't seen healthy Ja consistently for a few years, really.
Well, yeah, and that relationship has been broken.
Yeah, it has, man.
For a while.
Ever since everything started going on with that social media,
and they've been
ever since he pulled it out, man. I'm surprised Memphis didn't trade him earlier. Really, I was surprised that Jaren Jackson went out before he did. But. Well, yeah, it was always kind of on.
I feel like it was he had more,
a little bit more capital they could get.
Ja and just how he's been. Like they said a week ago, there's been literally no suitors or people calling for him when Memphis said that. We don't know if that's true or not, but you know what I'm saying. 3-4 years ago. He was,
Remember Cooper?
Yeah, exactly. And just, his performance and how he changed Memphis instantly and his presence was felt instantly. Them, having, I think, #1 record one year in the West or #2, one of the two. And then they lost to Golden State. But, he kept them relevant. They had a decent team. He played good.
Yeah.
Like his trade value.
Who was their coach when?
I think Taylor Jenkins.
Okay. Who's he coaching? Who's he coaching? He's not the ball dude, is he?
No.
I'll look him up because I do remember them being. Oh no, he's damn near. Yeah, no, he's still there, isn't he?
I think so.
I don't know. Doesn't say. No, he's at Milwaukee now. He was at Memphis, but he just signed in Milwaukee. So I could be another.
I think he had #1 record.
Yeah, no, because I remember when Ja came into the league. I don't think he might have got Rookie of the Year that year. I might be mistaken, but I definitely remember his first 2-3 years. Memphis was on a little bit of a roll. They had Dylan Brooks, fucking Brandon Clark, R.I.P.
R.I.P. That's crazy.
That shit was crazy when it came out, man. I was, yeah. Because I was gonna say, I remember him because I think he was one of the that was one of the last 2Ks I was really like 2K20. I remember using him, dude, when I was cause I was playing my play with my boys. It's not kickoff. It's called my play. Just when you're picking teams.
It's like play now shit.
Yeah. I would me a few of me and my friends would like to go get Memphis, and I remember Brandon Clark being nice on the game, and he was good in real life. He was good for sure. They had some other solid players around them. Jaren was, that's 3-4 years ago. And so that's when he's, I mean, not even at his prime, but kind of getting into it a little bit.
I forget who else they have.
And it was like Dylan Brooks, Jaron,
Brandon Clark.
Steven Adams was on there. Was he? I don't know if he's. I feel like he was starting.
He was. Steven Adams was there. They had Tyrus Jones. Yeah, Tyrus Jones. He's from Duke. He's a backup point guard. He was big for them then.
Okay. I can't even think of everybody, but it's kind of crazy to think of that.
Obama. He was big for them.
Yeah, Santi Aldama. Yeah. I can't even think where no, he's not on the Ward. No. I can't even think where he's at right now. But it's kind of crazy to see how that Memphis team kind of dissolved after
quickly.
Yeah, pretty quickly, and now they're. I mean, I don't think they're gonna be. I mean, I don't think they'll be.
I don't know who their starting lineup is.
I don't think they'll be relatively relevant in the West for a little while.
But you know what that tell me also? That probably Holiday, actually kind of going back to Portland, Holiday or Scoot Henderson is probably going to be on the move at some point. I don't think they're going to continue with the guard. You don't need four. You know what I mean? Even if you have two coming off the bench, whatever, they're all undersized. Granted, Drew Holiday is a good defender, probably the best defender out of all of them, but he's older. And he's still 6'4", 6'5". You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, all guards are 6'5" and 6'6" and up. You know, if you're playing against the Lakers, you're going against 6'7" and 6'6" and Luka and Reeves. You go against Minnesota, you're going against 6'7" and LaMelo and 6'6", 6'7" and Ant-Man. Yeah. You go against fucking OKC, you're going against 6'6", 6'7", Shea, and depending on, I've heard rumors about Lou Dortz maybe on the move. Regardless, they'll find a two that's he's 6'5".
They might. So OKC might be trying to make.
And then San Antonio, Castle 6'5", and you got fucking Vassell at 6'6", or Champagne at 6'6". So all up and down that list. It's not a lot of small guards. You got Lillard who's 6'2" on a good day, and then you got fucking John Morant who's 6'4", which is good, but is he gonna be able to hold Luka? No. Is he gonna be able to hold Shea? No. Is he gonna be able to hold fucking Stephon Castle? It's gonna be tough. Imagine, Castle going in his third year, he's gonna be better. You know what I'm saying? And LaMelo Ball, that's gonna be a tough hole. I mean, LaMelo's tough, or Ant-Man, whether they want to switch it up. That's gonna be tough. And Denver, Jamal Murray, even though he had a bad series last couple games against Minnesota, he's still a top 15, top 10 point guard. So, you can put a bucket up and he's 6'5". You know what I mean? So all up and down, the West or anywhere you look, it's taller guards. You know what I mean? So I don't know who they're going to hold. They got to do something. Not one of those. Obviously, Dame and fucking Ja's not going anywhere. Yeah. They just traded for Ja. And Dame, he's not going. He's retiring a Trailblazer. So they got it between Scoot and when they probably going to trade Scoot, because they can get a little bit more capital, I feel like, out of him at this stage in their career. So Scoot played really good last year.
So, bro, Loki, Drew Holiday didn't play. Holiday didn't play bad in the playoffs.
He did with his age, though.
I mean, he's
getting older.
Yeah, he is older.
He's on the bright side.
I honestly wasn't really expecting him to play nearly as good as he was in the playoffs. It was just the first round. Yeah, they only made that. They got knocked out in that series versus the Spurs. So, but I mean, from what I remember, I feel like he wasn't playing bad in that series versus the Spurs.
No, he wasn't. We'll see where LeBron goes. We'll see what happens with that. Reeves and Luka, if they can get maybe Jalen Duren, that'd be a solid formidable team. I think next year. Just because
it's crazy
style of play
that.
of Luka. Or I said just because Luka's different from Cade. They're different players.
I guess so. Okay.
I would still say Luka's a little bit of a better passer. He's more he throws more lobs than Cade does. He's more of a lob guy. I can see Duren just catching lobs. To be honest with you.
Cade was throwing him a lot of lobs.
But he shoots a lot of threes. So Luka does too, but Luka's known for them lobs.
He does it, bro.
Y'all didn't really throw a lot of lobs last year.
He honestly does, bro. In the regular season, bro, he was getting in the
playoffs, I don't know what happened to the lobs in the playoffs. But that's what you remember that Mavs run,
bro.
But that's what I don't know what.
Everybody
y'all didn't have shooters other than Cade.
Everybody was just stuffing the paint.
And the Lakers they'll have a side guy. Y'all didn't have that other player like if y'all would have had someone like Reeves this year, I guarantee you Jalen Duren would have played better. I promise you. Because there's no way they'd have been able to double team Cade Cunningham with Austin Reeves.
Bro, damn near Duncan, bro. Duncan was low-key playing pretty good
Not
against
like Austin
Cavs,
Reeves would have played. Austin Reeves would average about 20, 25, bro. Consistently. If he was healthy. We got to think, Austin Reeves wasn't really healthy this year.
I think Duncan was getting almost 17 or 18 against the Cavs. He wasn't a bad.
But he's inconsistent, though. Reeves is not really that inconsistent.
Yeah.
Remember, would Duncan Robinson ever have that run that Reeves had in November? Remember when this nigga was averaging damn near 30, 32 in the whole? That nigga was getting the fuck off. And then he got hurt.
He was only putting up 30. He was only putting up 14 against the Cavs.
That's what I'm saying. And Reeves is not healthy.
And he was only putting up 10 against the Magic. So it's just not good enough.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Reeves is a different. If y'all had got him this year, then I would have been okay, watch out for Detroit. I'm not gonna lie.
He put up 15 points 3 times in the playoffs.
You hear me though? If y'all would have got AR this year, I ain't gonna lie. I'd have bent the knee and have said, watch out for Detroit. If y'all would have been able to keep that nucleus, if y'all would have been able to get him and get Tobias maybe out of there, y'all may have had to give up Thompson. That would have been tough, but y'all still would have had some defense on that team. But the fact that you would have had Cade and AR who could put up 25, 30 a game, and then that spaces the floor for Duren, and then you add another shooter. You know what I'm saying? Y'all would have been, I'd have been okay, Detroit can compete with anybody in the East, even New York. I wouldn't put y'all as a favorite right up. I would still say New York because of how deep New York is, because of that starting lineup, but I would still say that I can see y'all in the Eastern Conference Finals. I can see y'all, injuries happen. Anything can happen. New York, you lose a couple of those players, and the next thing you know.
B, you notice how this isn't on the cam? We're just still rolling?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir.
It's been rolling.
Dive into football here.
Dive for the footy. Got a lot to talk about over there as well.
50 seconds.
It's the fact that who's our Troy Langdon? He's just not smart enough to do that shit, bro.
Go for Detroit Pistons.
For our GM, dude, he's just not.
Well, I think ahead of time, I honestly think that Austin Reeves, they knew that LeBron wasn't coming back. So that's less shots that Reeves would have got if LeBron would have came back.
Yeah.
Then his decision, I think, would have altered. I think that's why he took less. Because really, if Reeves would have hit the market, he could have got 4 years for that 175 that he got. He could have got 4 years for 250, 260, or 5 years for for 300 million if he would have hit the market.
Bro, that's a max. Yeah,
that's what he would have got the max deal. That's what I'm saying. A team would have paid the max deal for Austin Reeves. The way he played pretty much all last year, he played good the year before that. The consistency, the growth that he's shown offensively. There are teams that would have invested in him. But I think the fact that he knows that LeBron, I think they knew that LeBron wasn't coming back. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'll take a little less, but he gets to play with Luka. Yeah. Where he know he's still gonna eat and it's more shots. It's gonna be him. It's gonna be him and Luka show. If they healthy, it's gonna be the Luka and AR show.
Yeah,
them niggas both gonna average 25, 30 a game.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm telling you, not a lot of defense. They got to get some defense over there. That's the only thing about LA. They got to get some defense.
Yeah.
If they could have picked up a player like fucking, if y'all could have a player like a Sar Thompson, that would fit y'all kind of perfect.
Yeah.
You just have the two players that can play off, that can put up like you said 25, like Luka 30, AR 20, 25 a game. And then you just need a few defensive specialists.
Yeah, and a couple person that can dump in 10, 15 a game.
And
you got 115 points. You got 50, 60 from them on a given night every night. Sometimes 70 if Luka or AR, Luka had one of them nights where he dropped 45, 47.
I mean, LA's needed a decent big man ever since AD has left.
Yeah. So maybe they didn't get there. But moving forward.
Yeah, dive into football.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can.
Been waiting for this.
We'll slide back into NBA at a point, but there's definitely a lot of football for us to talk about.
Oh, yeah. A lot of football, a lot of trades happen, a lot of big names.
Yeah.
A lot of, drafts, draftees.
We didn't even get a chance to talk about the draft at all either.
Yeah, well,
did we a little bit? I can't remember if we talked.
No, not really. No, we'll have to hop in that next episode for sure.
Yeah,
but a lot of these free agent trades technically happen before the draft anyways. And there's a couple that happen afterwards, but majority of them happen within the first few days to a month after free agency open. So, we'll be all right. We'll dive in the fucking draft and whatever else next episode, but
we'll start with some of the big ones.
AJ Brown to the Patriots. That was not as surprising, but I think
everybody kind of was expecting that to happen for a little bit.
Bonus.
Yeah. What do you think that'll? Do you think that'll ultimately do?
I think that helped both sides.
Coming out of a Super Bowl loss last year to the Seahawks, adding one of the better wide receivers in the NFL for the last few years.
Top 10 receiver.
That's top 10. I'd put him a little higher than that.
Top 5. I don't know about that. I don't know.
I feel like he's pretty solid, bro.
Maybe we have to do that next episode. That's honestly, I think we should do that. We should fucking go in, do top 5,
do our
running back,
rankings.
Quarterback, and wide receiver.
Okay.
And then next we'll do fucking linebacker, safety, cornerback, whatever. But we'll dive into that. But
so they didn't have Dobbs last year either. They traded for Romeo Dobbs as well.
They got Dobbs
from the Packers. So 1 and 2. AJ Brown and Dobbs, and they had Bottle was their rookie last year, correct?
Booty.
Well, Boot.
It is.
Yeah,
I know
Booty.
it's Keontae Booty.
Yeah, I read it wrong. But so he was their rookie last year.
He played good. So
now
they have a true number 1.
They have a true number 1, and if Dobbs going to stay. I feel like even in Green Bay, he was. I feel like he was more like. I feel like he was one of their more healthy.
Yeah, but they lost. That's a great.
Because all their receivers were
Christian Watson was out, Golden was out, Kraft was out.
So
they lost. Yeah, he was.
So I didn't. But I
don't know if he's a true number 2.
I didn't even realize that the Patriots got Dobbs until I just looked at their depth chart. So. Yeah, seeing AJ Brown, Dobbs, and Booty.
It'll be a big year for him. We'll see. I think Booty will be. He'll be that number 2. I think maybe beginning of the year, depending on who wins in a, out of camp and shit like that, and preseason or whatever the judgment is. But I think by the end of the year, we'll see that. Unless he has a sophomore slump, but I think he was a rookie last year. But unless he has a sophomore slump, which it could have happened. I think you'll see him emerge as a second. He'll maybe, as the time goes on, maybe number 1. Not saying he's better than A.J. Brown, but A.J. Brown is a little bit older. A.J. Brown is 27, 28, right?
Yeah.
So, for football terms, wide receivers, are they going to plan on, do you see New England giving him a max deal or extending him after this? Probably not, because he'll be on the 30 side. New England doesn't have a tendency of doing that. A lot of teams don't. So, Booty, I think this is bigger for him. We'll see more about what he's about. We know what AJ Brown's about. We know it. We've seen it in Tennessee. We've seen it in Philadelphia. We know what he's about.
Yeah.
I think it's big time. It's time to see what Booty's about, and it'll be interesting to see them play because they had a cake schedule last year, but it ended up, and they really had a kind of a cake run. They did. Against Houston, that weather played a lot into it. And, you can say what you want, but when you got a team that's playing in a dome, majority of the time, their home game is domed. You got to come to Foxborough during a winter storm like that. New England is practicing in that weather on a weekly basis after December. From December on, they're used to that, right? Not getting any excuse for that loss or C.J. Stroud or any of that because he played bad, but Houston to go on the road, they played. Neither teams played good. The defense played good for New England, and that saved the day for them.
Yeah.
But Houston was in that game for a good portion of it. They just one touchdown could have swing the game if they would have got But it's just tough coming outside and that weather and how it was. So they got a kind of a breathing. Then you go against a Denver team with no Bo Nix. And then you get to Seattle and you get waxed. So they kind of, and I can't even remember who they played. Actually, they didn't. They had the first. Then they had the best record, and so I think so. They didn't play anybody before. Houston, Texas, correct?
Yeah,
so
Texans were their first game.
So I think this is a big upgrade, but we'll see if they got kind of a Super Bowl hangover. They didn't win it, but we've seen sometimes teams that
once you get,
and I don't know what their fucking schedule rank is. I don't know. And NFL tends to do that. Teams that's kind of like, because the year before that they won 3, 4, maybe 5 games. It's one of the best turnarounds in history as far as one season. So they didn't have really a hard schedule last year. But this year, I guarantee you, they're probably in the top 10 as far as hardest schedules in the NFL. I'd be surprising if they're not. So we'll really get a test and see what them. And then also if AJ Brown can stay healthy, through a year, because they're in that AFC and he's playing outside like he did in Philadelphia, but I think he's in a more of a kind of not competitive division per se, but I think Miami is going to be a little bit better. I believe Malik Willis is not that bad of a quarterback. He's on our list here to talk about. We'll see what he does. He lost Jalen Waddle.
Miami paid
him. No
him.
Tyreek Hill.
Miami paid him, but he got
played fantastic every stint in Green Bay he got.
Who does he who does he have over there in Miami? Because
I don't even know. He's got HEN. That's the only person I know. And he's a good running back.
He's like, I wouldn't say he's one of the better running, maybe I wouldn't say he's top 5, but he's definitely just because there's so many. It's tough because there are so many good wide receivers, quarterbacks, and running backs in the league. It's kind of hard to rank him at a point because HN, even last year, I feel like the last 2 years he was definitely putting up whenever the
top 5 running back.
Whenever the Dolphins were winning games, it was
and even if he wasn't winning,
he's
top 5.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like
he killed it in fantasy too.
Yeah,
because
he's also one of those running backs that's he's catching passes as well.
Yeah.
He can get a lot of receiving yards.
He's got a little bit of speed and power,
as well as go for a 25, as well as go for 1 or 2 25-yard runs a game if he can get open space. So. With a new quarterback, they moved on from Tua. Let me hurry. Malik Washington, Jalen Tolbert, and Tutu Atwell.
Tough.
Yeah.
But his receiver core wasn't that much better in Green Bay last year, let's be honest. Romeo Doubs is okay, he's mid. Christian Watson is mid. And Matthew Golden.
Yeah.
He's the first. Not the first, but one of the first in a while, first round draftee or wide receiver pick from the first round to score 0 touchdowns in the season. That's kind of wild to me. And they chose him, and I believe in the top 15 or top 20, and he had 0 touchdowns the whole goddamn season. The receiving core has not been good. That's what they've been missing. It's fucking wide receivers, and they put a lot, but that is gonna cost them with Josh Jacobs because he's got that shit going on, dude. I think I can't remember what it is, but he's gonna miss some time.
He beat his girl.
Yeah, he's gonna miss at least 6 to 8 games.
He had domestic abuse. Yeah, so I don't know.
So once all of that shit is done,
I haven't really heard a ton about it, but I feel like until all that stuff goes down, like maybe the Packers let him play until.
Well, it ain't gonna be up to them. It's gonna come down to Roger Goodell and come down to the fucking executive offices and shit like that. NFL. But regardless, even if he she drops the case, whatever, and he doesn't, go to court and all that shit, chances Green Bay or NFL is still not Green Bay, but NFL is still going to suspend him. So he looking at probably in between, I would say 4 to 8 game suspension, depending on the details. Yeah. Right, so that's big for them, and they better hope that it's early on rather than later on. Because I feel like if I was a team, I'd rather miss my best player the first 5 weeks of the season or 6, 7, whatever, rather than the last 6, 7. You know what I mean? I don't know, because then also they get time to rest and to still train, not in a facility or not practice with us, but they still get to fucking be in NFL ready shape and they're healthy. More healthy than because they get an extra fucking 2 months to fucking get their body right. Rather than, I don't know, it's tough because, you might start off bad and then there's no point to bring them back. But traditionally for me, I'd rather have the suspension be early on, but we don't know. This just all came up recently a month or 2 ago, so you got to go through the whole court arraignment and fucking all that shit before he even gets sentenced. So he may not get sentenced until fucking, October, November. But it's also up to the NFL. They're going to let him play during that time, or if they're going to say, no, you can't play. That is going to be big. That's, Green Bay. That's another reason why I don't have them. I got Chicago a little off topic, but I got Chicago win that division again because I don't believe Green Bay. They don't have Parsons coming back until midway October, closer to November. You're missing your best. You're out of your top 3 players. You're missing 2 of those. Your quarterback, out of Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, and Parsons, depending on what happens to Jacobs. That's big because they lost their backup running back Emmanuel Wilson. He went to fucking can't remember where he went to, but he's gone and he played a big part. I picked him up in fantasy. He helped me in a couple games last year. So they lost that. So if they end up losing 2 of those 3, Green Bay is going to be in trouble with no wide receiving core. So in Minnesota, whatever, Kyler Murray, they can, they might fuck around and surprise some motherfuckers. They might be like fuck around and be 5-2 for 7 games. Kyler Murray playing the best of his career. You're like, what the hell?
Linking up with Jetta. Because, the thing we forget about Minnesota is they still got debatably the best wide receiver in the league. Yeah. And Jefferson. So,
it's arguably,
if they can find Jefferson,
I don't know.
Because
I got him number 3, but that's just my opinion. But it's still arguable. Who I got above him?
Jamal.
Chase and Puka.
Okay, and Puka.
In my opinion, that's just honestly my opinion.
Fair.
But it's hard to judge because he's had the worst quarterback out of any of them. He hasn't had any consistent quarterback play, but he still put up numbers when he didn't. So it's hard to judge. It's just the hard part about fucking NFL sports. All that shit is hard to judge. The other 2 have had consistent and great quarterback play out of there. Burrow and Stafford. Those. And then they had minus a couple years that Burrow had got hurt, but so it's hard to
Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Flacco's not bad QB at all.
But I think not top, but still arguably debatable. Yeah, but Minnesota, they could surprise, but that defense is a little old, and that defense is not that good. They've kind of lost in pieces. In Detroit, we'll see what Detroit is. We'll see. I mean, but I think Chicago still has the best roster out of anybody in that NFC North. You know, I know you're not a fan of it. I understand it. You know, I would say the same if, you know, roles reverse and you talking about the Ravens or Steelers or something like that over my boys, I understand it. But I just, you know, I think Chicago's got the best quarterback in that division. They have...
they probably do as well. I'm not going to disagree with you about that. I'm not.
And they might... We'll see, but they might have the best coach in that division.
We'll see about that.
Ben Johnson's a very good coach, as we've seen last year.
I don't think Dan Campbell's going to go quietly about that one.
No, but he's too much of a risk taker for my liking. So that's why I go Ben Johnson, because he takes too many chances. You know what I mean? Too many chances where you don't need them. Just take the points. Just take the 3 points. Don't go for it.
I think we saw that. Was it 3 years? 3 years ago in the NFC Championship in San Francisco?
That haunts. I already know it because you know I'm thinking like that was me. That would haunt me forever. That would kill me.
Where were you watching that game at? You remember?
Oh yeah, I was watching that Blue Dog Tavern.
Blue Dog.
Yeah, I was with my boy Sean. I was watching it at Blue Dog Tavern,
the whole
close
game?
to my house on the west side. Yeah, the whole game. Or actually, watched the first half there and a little bit of third quarter, and then went to Glass House and finished watching the game. But I knew y'all was gonna blow it. I'm sorry, bro, but I'm like in my opinion, I'm like, it's too good to be true. There's no way Detroit is gonna just straight obliterate and keep this up against San Francisco as good as San Francisco was that year. I knew Detroit was going to do Detroit things.
We were whooping them.
But a lot of it, some of that was self-inflicted wounds for San Francisco. When I watched that game, a lot of it was just boneheaded decisions or plays on San Francisco part that contribute to y'all getting the lead. Not taking anything away from y'all, but San Francisco played very uncharacteristically against y'all in that first half. Then they got back to what they are known for, and they started off that third quarter by running the ball. Even though they were down 24 or 20, whatever, to 7, they gave, I think McCaffrey had, I don't even remember how many yards in that third quarter, but McCaffrey got off. And that kind of, y'all stopped running the ball, and y'all also, you know, went for it on 2 or 3 fourth downs that, you know, if you just would have took the points, the game would have been over, looking back at it. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah.
But we can talk about that next trade that we got on there. Myles Garrett.
Man, Rams won the damn, I think they won the all-season There's award, picking up Myles Garrett and McDuffie. I think that was just huge. I mean, you picked up, still to me, the best lineman in the game, defensive lineman in the game, and Myles Garrett, and then you picked up
he's been the sack leader for he wasn't the leader.
He's up and down. Well, last year he was.
He's been top 2 for the last 5 years.
Every year. Yeah. He's in the top 3 or 5 every year, fucking sacks.
Since he's been in there.
Yeah. He's a dog, and he picked up, to me, a top 5 cornerback in McDuffie. He does everything. McDuffie, I was quite very, very surprised, but I am, but I wasn't, because it kind of reminds me of like New England and Kansas City. New England would kind of like trade away like players that were like approaching their prime or in their prime or whatever, but would get back a bunch of draft picks and then a mid-tier player. But because of their system and how they play, you don't really have to be that good or great to win. Like we've seen it, like Kansas City won with, Chris Jones being their best defensive player. He's great, but they didn't have really either a lot of other household names at the time. You got Nick Bolton, he's good, but, when they were doing one of those Super Bowls, they didn't have too many. They had the Honey Badger one year, but they didn't have a lot of, it was just players they were drafting, the young players. You know what I mean? So I feel like they kind of took a page out of New England's book when they did that. So I was completely surprised, but also I wasn't. You know what I mean? Because I was just like, McDuffie lined up in the slot, lined up on the left side, right side. I was seeing him line up in line. Like McDuffie did a lot. And so but also it they kind of probably realized the payday that they would have to give him when it was that time, because he's only in his third year, I believe, going his third or fourth year. So it's coming that point, and then they would have had to pay him top dollar.
Yeah.
And Kansas City has shown that they will play.
Did the Rams pay him for?
And they gave him an extension.
Okay.
And I think that's what Kansas City was not trying to do, because they knew they had to give him an extension. He was up for an extension. Obviously,
bro, that's kind of crazy that Kansas City didn't want to do it.
But you know what I've noticed, bro?
Because Kansas City drafted him, didn't they?
They do, but one thing I've noticed, and one thing that New England did also, another, is they pay more of their offensive players, and they they draft pretty much only defensive players and a couple wide receivers.
Keep drafting and just keep recycling, just like
that's what I'm saying. I mean, like they've only person that's been there the last 3-4 years on that defense is still there. I think it's two players. That's Nick Bolton and Chris Jones. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have a player like Chris Jones, regardless, that's harder. They know that's hard to replace. It's easier to replace a cornerback than it is a dominant force in that middle like Chris Jones is. Yeah. So they're like, we'll give up fucking, McDuffie, but we're not giving up fucking Nick Bolton, because the linebacker is the same thing. Having a good middle linebacker that's like the quarterback of the defense. Yeah. It's big. So that's why they kept, I think it ultimately came down to paying, because they're going to pay Nick Bolton. They already paid Nick Bolton. But it came down to, Nick Bolton or McDuffie, because he's going to have to get paid again. Nick Bolton is, and I think they chose the younger route and going draftees. And I don't know who they drafted as far as defense this year, but I'm pretty sure they probably picked up a couple cornerbacks in the draft knowing Kansas City and their consistency. And that's what New England did. They paid Tom Brady, take a little pay cut, but they go sign players like Randy Moss or Julian Edelman or Wes Welker, or shit like that. But the defense, I remember they traded fucking one of their best fucking Jared Mayo, best linebackers at the time in the NFL, traded him away in the middle of his prime. They've traded away a lot of great defenders that they've had in the middle of their time, or fucking not Richard Seymour, but it was another, it was Richard Seymour, traded him. So I think the Rams they picked up two solid defensive players. One thing that held them back last year was the only thing really that held them back was their defense. That was the only question mark.
Yeah,
was that secondary and getting pressure on the quarterback, because if you can't get pressure on the quarterback, that puts more stress on that secondary, especially when they're already not good. So then you picked up Trent McDuffie, and then you picked up a player who could put pressure on the Rams. Yeah, as long as they keep Stafford up healthy, the Rams are probably. It's going to be interesting to see those games against the 49ers. I think those are going to be fucking great games. I think Seattle lost a lot this year in the offseason. I think they'll still be relevant. I think they'll still be good.
The Seahawks.
Yeah, but I think 49ers and Rams are the best two teams going into the season this year. Picking up Mike Evans, re-signing fucking Trent Williams. You got Nick Bosa coming back, who tore his ACL last year. He's coming back this year. And I'm pretty sure they drafted I can't remember who they drafted in the draft, but it was another wide receiver, I believe.
I'm pulling up their shirt right now. I don't like because
49ers look good.
I am interested to see how they're looking this year, because I know that they were a bit banged up in the end of the year last year. Because I know there's a dude who I'm not thinking of on defense. No, not Brandon Ayuk. On defense that I can't think of, that was hurt for a good amount of the year last year, but he missed the
Bosa?
No,
No,
Fred Warner.
Oh, Warner missed a couple games.
Did he miss the playoffs though?
No, he came back.
I might be thinking of I might be thinking of Trent, the offensive lineman Trent Williams.
Oh yeah.
Did he miss time? Did he miss the playoffs?
I don't know if he missed the playoffs. He missed some time last year. He's been missing time the last Like a couple, but he's also fucking 37, 38, which is crazy for a tackle.
Yeah.
To still be that good in the NFL, making that money. You know what I mean? Like, he's been playing for the 49ers. I think he got drafted by the 49ers, didn't he? He's been playing for them forever.
Yeah, bro. Fucking Fred Warner was also another one that only played 6 games last year.
Yep.
So, I mean, I feel
those would be classics. Those would be how they were this year. Because both 49ers and Rams games were good. I remember the Rams, they damn near almost had it. They also
got Christian Kirk.
That's right.
Him up too. Yep. So Christian Kirk, and then we'll see if McCaffrey looked good as hell. He looked really good last year again. Still put up.
The year before that, he was hurt. He hasn't put up 2 healthy years in a while.
Still put up 1,200 yards last year. So.
He played good last year. The year before that, he did shit.
I think he missed the first 5 games too. I think he only
played almost every game.
4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, no,
he played almost every game.
I thought
that was the year before that. He missed every fucking game except for 2.
Yeah,
and I drafted him first. That's why I know I was mad as fuck, bro. I had the first pick in fantasy, and I took McCaffrey. Because of the year he had before that, which was a year y'all lost to 49ers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He went off that year.
Was it 2023?
He had like 16, 17 fucking touchdowns. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going McCaffrey. I had the first pick. Yeah, he's son of a bitch only played 2-3 games.
He had 2 touchdowns against us.
Fucking killed me, bro. Oh my God, I should have.
On to him all season.
Dude, I did.
Just to wait to see if he came back.
Yep.
God damn it.
Yeah, I did. He came back against the Bills. He was playing good, and then fucked his knee up. And I don't think he played again after that year. Yeah, because the 49ers had made the playoffs that year.
Ayuk was going off. Bro, fuck that. I was just looking at that fucking Lions-Niners box score. Fucking Ayuk, bro. I mean, what's going on with him?
He says, I forgot who he said that who he's trying to sign to. Who did he say?
I don't know.
Oh, dude, Commanders.
I haven't really heard it.
That's what he said. He made a post recently.
Commanders.
Yeah, he said if 49ers release me today, I'll sign with the Commanders tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I am seeing that.
Oh yeah. Literally what
ESPN said it 6 days ago. Said if the 49ers released him, he'd sign with the Commanders tomorrow. ESPN reports. Dom reports.
Bro, I watched the video when he had made a little video.
Okay.
Which that'd be if he signed there, that'd be big.
That'd be
him and fucking and whatchamacallit?
JD
and my boy. No, not him. My Scary Terry. Ooh,
Jake Daniels though, bro.
And I'm talking about on receivers that's having Jake Daniels having 2 weapons on that fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got
like you got
sure.
man.
That's tough. I forgot they had Debo too. Yeah.
No, Debo's a free agent.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. He's a free. Yeah, they didn't resign him.
You think they will?
No. He's done, dude. Somebody may resign him. He might get a chance next year or something like that, but.
He was fucking.
It's just the way 49ers used him, and that's the way that made him look so good. Exactly, because he's not the best catching, he's not the best route running, he's not really that good of a receiver. He was just fucking getting the ball from the backfield and doing wide receiver reverses and shit like that. He's good after the catch and after the run because he's strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's not a receiver that you can just throw the ball to 10, 12 times a game.
Yeah,
he's not that guy. You know what I mean? So, maybe, because, they're still in the training camps right now about to end or about to go into fucking, I can't remember what it's called before the preseason.
Spring training?
Yeah, no, or actually OTAs. No, OTAs started the beginning of June, then it's training camp, and then it's fucking... Can't remember what it is.
Just before preseason.
Like shit, yeah. So it's like shit. It's like really walkthroughs, but
yeah, okay.
If somebody gets hurt during the preseason, some shit like that, then he might get a call. There's quite a few good players as free agents. Honestly, they had a list the other day. I looked at it, I was kind of surprised that they're still free agents, but
I mean, there's definitely still going to be some moves to be made within these next 2, 3 to a month. I mean, we got about, 2 months before the season? 2.5? Or it's probably 9 or something, maybe 3.
we got 2 months until start of the regular season. You got a month until preseason starts.
So are we down to 2 months for regular season?
Yeah, a month until
Damn,
preseason.
dude, I feel like it was just yesterday. It was.
Today's the first.
We were just chanting.
Technically, today's the 1st of July.
No, it is. It is the first now.
And the first week of preseason is August 8th or 9th.
Okay.
It's the fucking...
Dude, I feel like we were just saying a few days ago, 100 days until we were just counting down for 100. Now it's already fucking
62, 63,
just
yeah.
like that, bro. The summer's fucking flying.
I mean, if you want to be technical, it's fucking 38 days. We being technical, right? I mean, it's 38, 39 days until the first kick off of... And then honestly, if you really want to be, technical again, if we're counting college, that starts 2 weeks before or a week before the NFL season does. So college football, you know what I'm saying? That's usually August 25th, 26th type shit because they have a game. Yeah, they have a game for Labor Day and shit like that. So, I mean, yeah, we're approaching a little over a month and a half until we have meaningful football because every game in college football counts. So and a lot of times week 1 it's a lot of good games. That Labor Day weekend there's a lot of this usually top 10.
We had the Ohio State Texas game week 1 last year.
Mm-hmm.
There's usually
and then before that you had on Labor Day was fucking Labor Day was we had double. We had fucking Notre Dame and Miami play against each other. Remember, that was a controversy because Notre Dame beat Miami, but Miami ended up getting into the
playoffs.
And Notre Dame didn't. Yeah. And then I can't remember who played earlier that day. But that whole weekend, we had a couple jam-packed ranking games. So that's what I'm saying. We really got, a month and a half until, like I said, meaningful football begins. So, you know what I'm saying? Kind of moving forward with that. I mean, I'm excited for sure. I can't, me, I've been fucking talking about football for, since the goddamn end of the Super Bowl, especially, that hunger inside. When your team don't play good, you're just ready to scratch the rest of the season, right? You know what, I'm done with this season. Fuck that. I'm trying to move forward. When you just know right off rip, this season's not going how we thought.
It was after that Chiefs loss for me this last season for the Lions, dude. After we lost to the Chiefs, it was in November. I mean, it was still kind of early in the season, I guess. So it wasn't even like super pivotal. But I remember we lost the. I mean, I just remember it was a spot where we needed to win. I think it put us at 3-7 or something. It put us at a bad spot in the season. Or maybe it wasn't that. We weren't that late into it, but
y'all weren't ever 3-7. I think y'all were.
I just remember that Chiefs game, watching that, dude, and because the Chiefs might have started, I think the Chiefs might have started bad this year, because what did they? I think they,
they did. They started off bad. They started off 0-2. They were 1-3.
I think we played.
They started off 0-2, won a game, and then lost a game. They were 1-3.
I think we played them 5th or 6th week of the season, and I just just going into that, I was just hoping, I was just expecting a dub, but that's kind of season kind of flipped a little bit after that. And just after that, we just lose win, but just kind of what you were talking about earlier. When your team's not.
Oh, sorry, my bad. My bad, bro. You alright?
No,
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, because I didn't want to hit that part or hit it light. So I'm like, this is a little kind of a tough trajectory. But
no, like I mean, just what you were saying earlier, man. When your team's not playing up to the standards that you know they can, yeah, you just kind of want to scrap that season a little bit and looking forward to what they can do. Just to better the team, and ultimately fix some of the problems. Like I mean, just fix problems that were going on in the previous years. And I mean, Lions have made a few changes, and really, ultimately, I feel like with football, dude, it's just fucking injuries and health wise. Because you can make as many moves as you want. Just have as many good players on the team as you want, but those players, dude. Like if you get players that are going down, people are gonna affect to that. You know what I mean? So like people aren't gonna like. I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm just talking about fucking Lions at this point, for real. That's just what I'm thinking about. Just seeing all of our people in the defense go down, man. Just fucking piece by piece by piece. It was just like, I feel like I was just watching us play worse week by week by week, just with more people going down. Mm-hmm. But get off of that though. Catch like a few more of these trades. Last few minutes before we get through with this episode. Catch one for your boys. Talk about Dexter to Cincy. We got 3 minutes to talk about what do you think? What do you think that he's on the defensive line, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought. But I mean, what do you think that'll do for your help the defense? Because I mean, you guys also traded Trey Hendrickson as well. So
yeah, he's an unrestricted free agent, so he signed with Baltimore. But I think it was a good trade in the sense of because it was dire. It's getting to the point where it's like, are we wasting, these generational talent players like their prime, and Burrow and Chase.
Yeah.
Because it's not a lot of times you get a quarterback as good as Burrow.
No.
Or a receiver as good as Chase. So the fact that you got both of those,
especially with the chemistry they have,
correct. And so they know that the time is now to cash in. And Cincinnati traditionally doesn't trade high draft picks at all, and they don't spend money. And that's two things that we did this year. We traded it away the 10th pick, got Dexter Lawrence, which I was happy with because we need to win now. He's an established player. He's one of the better defensive tackles in the NFL, one of the top 10 D linemen in the NFL. So he's going to make an impact right away. We don't have time to draft a player and hope that they're going to make an impact. We did that with Shamar Stewart last year. Didn't pay off. Granted, he's young. Things have changed, but he didn't pay off. We spent the 14th pick on him last year, and it didn't work. And also, I like what we drafted in Cassius Howell. I like the other linebacker, the lineman that we drafted. I like both picks that we drafted. And I think Demetrius Knight is going to continue what he did last year, which is one of the bright sides of the defense, which was terrible. But he played really good as a rookie. So I think he's going to continue. And then getting Jonathan Allen, which is another established, good veteran defensive tackle. We got two in the middle. And then you pick up Mafe Boye
from Seahawks.
From Seattle, who played really good last year, 26, 27 years old, for a good contract, edge rusher, which we needed. They did that, and then we picked up a safety, and Brian Cook, who was, a big contributor to Kansas City's success defensively when they won the Super Bowl. and when they lost. I mean, Brian Cook was a good cornerback, and Geno fucking Stone missed 23 or 24 fucking missed tackles last year. Brian Cook has missed 8 in the last 3 years. So those numbers right there make better sense to me. 23 in 1 year versus 8 in 3 years. I'll take that. So, you know what I'm saying? We got how much of a runway?
Just don't even worry about the timer. Just go until you're done.
Okay, but yeah. So I'm happy with what we did. Honestly, bro, I really am. Not even being biased. Not even just because I'm a fan. But me, I'd be pissed. If we didn't do that shit this year, I'd have been highly upset. Especially
if Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase were on the Lions, then I'd definitely be pissed if the Lions weren't trading to win now for sure. So I definitely know, I definitely understand the position that you're in, and you're a Bengals fan, and you have one of the best quarterbacks, and you have one of the best receivers, and they both came from the same college. Like it definitely is a lethal duo, and also having T. Higgins as well. Yeah, you definitely need it.
That's all we needed, bro. We just need a top.
The defense. We
don't even need a top 10 defense, right? I'm not even asking. I'm not even. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even need a top. If we do get a top 10 defense, then that's an issue for the rest of the league. But all we need is a mid-tier defense. Because that's a defense that got, when we went to the Super Bowl and lost, we had they're ranked 16th in the league. And then top 6 or 7 in the playoffs. They didn't play that good, but they didn't play bad. Yeah. Right? And we got to the Super Bowl and lost on the last drive to a fucking sack by Aaron Donald. So, you know what I'm saying? If that defense can return, if we can get top 15 to top 10, then I'm not worried. Because I know the offense, I'm not, in Burrow's history, healthy, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But he hasn't had back-to-back injured seasons ever. So, as history shows, he's due for a healthy season this year. If he's healthy, offense, we're going to put up 35 points a game just offensively every fucking time. Higgins, Burrow, Gesicki, Brown, you know what I mean? I'm not offense, you know what I mean? If we can get a consistent defense, it's a wrap. That's just my opinion, dude. If that defense is nasty, if they getting turnovers, if we getting pressure on that quarterback, it's a wrap.
Some dudes to block for Joe.
Right, and imagine us playing from the lead. You know what I mean? From above, which we're not used to. We used to going back and forth for 10-point lead with that defense is never safe. But with this new improved defense, if we can get out to them leads, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? We cruising. It's cruise control. You know what I mean? And we got the second easiest schedule in the league. Or you know what I mean? From what they say, from the rankings and from last year, and we got the second easiest schedule.
So if you guys don't make the playoffs,
well then it's time to damn near rebuild. You got to get rid of the coach, and you gotta I don't know, Joe Burrow. It would depend on Joe. Yeah. Obviously, you're not gonna trade Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying? Unless he gets hurt again. Knock on wood. If he gets, then at that point you gotta be okay. It's 28, 29. We may have to think about getting, trading or drafting somebody this year, quarterback-wise. But if he stays healthy and we lose it and we don't make the playoffs, then I don't know where to go from there. But I don't see that being an issue because the last time he was healthy, he threw for 48 touchdowns and 7 interceptions.
Yeah.
And we didn't make the playoffs because our defense gave up 30 points a game. So we averaged 34, and our defense gave up 30. So if we can give up 20 points a game, 22, and score 30, 32, we're good.
Even that high is fucking crazy. But
they were bad.
Yeah, we still got a lot to catch up on. Next episode for sure. We'll definitely dive into some more of that NFL free agency and trades.
And a little bit more of the NBA, draft and just predictions, because by next week, a lot of the top or free agents will have been moved and signed.
Definitely have some more trades.
LeBron will probably be somewhere.
Yeah.
At this point next week, LeBron will definitely be signed at some place, and then during. They'll probably be moved or not moved, or it'll be some big names for sure.
Some stuff's probably going to happen in the NFL as well. So we'll definitely have some
more to talk about next week for sure. But yeah, I mean,
for now,
CGD out. Thanks for tuning in. Season 2, episode 1.